Whenever you stay mad at somebody, when you have bitterness in your heart, you still upset with somebody about something that happened years ago, you will not have peace in your life. Yes, he's mad. But that's not all. I see, not only does it destroy your peace, but it causes us to deviate from our purpose. Now listen to what he says. He says in verse 3, therefore now, O Lord, I beseech thee to take my life from me, for it is better for me to die than to live. Now listen, we see that his purpose is all lost. See, he more concerned about what's better for him than he is about what's better for the people and to the glory of God. He has taken his eyes off of God. He's caring more about himself. First of all, Jonah, you don't know what's better for you. Yes, my brothers and my sisters, remember, we are not to seek our purpose, but we are to fulfill God's purpose. Romans 8:28 says, for we know all things work together for good to those who love God and who are the called according to his purpose. This thing is not about us, but it's all about him. It's about what God wants. It's not about our getting the glory, but it's all about God getting the glory. Amen. You know, I got to look out for me. I got to look out for me. You know, I got to think of myself. Well, remember, we're not called to be selfish. We are called to give God glory. It's better for me to die than to live. He deviated from his purpose, but then it diminishes our productiveness. Now look what the text said. I'm almost through. The text said that Jonah got mad and left the city, went outside of the city, and sat down, watching and waiting to see if God would destroy it. Listen, he sat down. The folk have repented. The folk are ready to have church. And where is the preacher? He's outside the city, sitting down, mad. These folk needed a follow-up sermon. They needed follow-up teaching. They needed him in there praying for them to get stronger in the Lord. But where is Jonah? Outside town, sitting down, mad, waiting for God to destroy. They have repented. He see what has happened, but he's still mad. He got a sitting problem. If we don't watch it, when our hearts are not right, we'll end up having a sitting problem. The text said he sat down. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it. Look at how much sitting we do. Some of us, our Christianity can't get past sitting. If we don't watch it, the most we do when it comes to our Christian is sitting. Let me show you. We sit in Sunday school. We sit in morning worship. We sit in prayer meeting. We sit in Bible study. We sit in mission. We sit in brotherhood. We just sit. We do more sitting witnessing? When we gonna start ministering to the sick and the afflicted? When we gonna stop trying to send God to the nursing homes and the hospitals and go ourselves? When we gonna stop trying to get God to go down on the corner and witness? He told us to go and witness, but our trouble is we are always sitting. And a lot of times the reason why we always sitting, because the heart ain't right. Because if we don't watch it, we think we better than some other folk. We think we're too good to witness to them. Some of us have spiritual amnesia. We used to be where them is. So he can't be productive because of ill will in his heart. But then there's another problem. This bad feeling, this bitterness in his heart has caused him to have a distorted perspective. Look at what God did. I'm almost through. God knows that he's mad. And listen, God is patient. Are y'all listening to me? God is patient. He gives us time to get it together. Now, even while Jonah's mad, he's out there that made this old have-to-do hut that's not sufficient to give him shade from the sun. So what God did, God let a gourd grow up over Jonah's head to cover him from the heat and to deliver him from his grief. And the record says when Jonah had the gourd grow up over him, he was happy about the gourd. I read it in the verse. The verse said, and Jonah was exceeding glad about the gourd. He was glad that the gourd came up. Notice, because his heart was not right, he not once took time to get down on his knees and say, Lord, thank you for this gourd. Are y'all listening to me? Now, God let the gourd go up one night, but on the next night, the verse says, but God prepared a worm. God made a worm come through and destroy the gourd. And when the gourd was gone and the sun beat down on Jonah's head, he got upset again, wanting to die. Listen, Jonah got mad, and God said, Jonah, does it make sense for you to be mad about the gourd? He said, yes, it do make sense to be mad enough to where I'd rather die. His perspective is bad. Why? Because he cared more about a gourd than he does about people. Are y'all listening to me? I'm closing here now, but whenever you care more about something than you do for somebody, God gonna send the worm. God will send the worm through to take away your creature comfort. God will send the worm through to remove that you think the most of. Well, my brothers and my sisters, God spoke to Jonah and said, Jonah, how can you be upset? You got more pity on the gourd than you do on these people. You see, Jonah forgot that the same mercy that he was mad about God showing to the people of Nineveh is the same mercy that God had on him. You see, Jonah forgot that it was God's mercy that kept him in the storm when he was on that ship. It was God's mercy that didn't let him drown when they threw him overboard. It was God's mercy that kept him alive 3 days and 3 nights in the belly of the whale. It was God's mercy that caused the whale to throw up Jonah on dry ground. It was God's mercy that gave Jonah another chance to preach to the people of Nineveh. It was God's mercy. And Jonah forgot about that the same mercy that God had given to him was the same mercy he extended to the people of Nineveh. And oh, my brothers and my sisters, God wants us to know you ought not be selfish when it comes to his mercy. God can have mercy on whoever he chooses. Have I got a witness? I'm so glad when it comes to God's mercy, it's not left up to man as to whether or not I get any mercy. But I'm so glad mercy is in the hands of God. Have I got a witness here? My brothers and my sisters, the Bible said, the Lord said, yes, and should I not spare Nineveh, who has more than 120,000 children? Yes, it is believed that Nineveh had a population of some 400 or 500 or maybe 600,000 people. And the Bible said God spared them all. Ain't God all right? Anybody know his mercy is powerful? Ain't God all right? His mercy spared over 600,000 people. Now if his mercy will work for 600,000, you ought to believe his mercy will work for you. Have I got a witness? Anybody here glad that the Lord is a God of mercy? Ain't God all right? Oh, my brothers and my sisters, the only reason why I'm here right now, it ain't because I've been so good. It's not because I did everything that was right, but it's only because of his mercy. Ain't God all right? Anybody here know anything about God's mercy? Ain't God all right? Well, I got to close here, but this message, what I'm about to say right now, it only applies to people who know you've been spared by the mercy of God. How many of you know it's because of his mercy that you haven't been cut off? It's because of his mercy that you made it through what you didn't think you could get through. Have I got a witness? Anybody here know you had some close calls, but thank God for his mercy? Ain't God all right? Anybody here know you don't deserve to be here, but thank God for his mercy? Yes, he shifted things in our favor and he had mercy. I'm glad today that I'm still here. Anybody here glad that you're still here? I'm still here by the grace of God. Yeah! Oh, yeah! Still here. God bless you. I want to extend the invitation. I invite you to come to Jesus. Come by letter, by Christian experience. Candidate for baptism.